This first comic coming to the stage has beautiful long hair. I'm very jealous. And voted best hair of the group. Please welcome to the stage, James Trisky!
My name is James Trisky, and I'm not just some long-haired hippie telling jokes. I am actually multifaceted. I am a procrastinating Luddite who loves NASCAR. A procrastinator's motto is never do today what can be put off indefinitely. And believe me, I put the pro in procrastination. I worked as a nurse for over 40 years before I realized I wanted to be a comic when I finally grow up. I consider myself a natural procrastinator. I have had no formal training. I was just born 2 weeks late. Hey, it was nice in there. I didn't want to leave. Now, being a procrastinator has many advantages. For example, enhanced stress management skills, because I'm always trying to complete projects the night before the deadline. I have a lot of flexibility. I never make plans that can't be postponed. I'm never bored. I'm always thinking about what I should be doing and new ways to avoid it. Now, me being a procrastinator and my wife being a planner has led to a little bit of marital strife over the years. But I'm working on her. And every time I catch her procrastinating, she blames me, her very proud sensei. Now, procrastination goes really well with being a Luddite. Ludditism is not a religion. It just means I know the tech is out there and I don't give a shit. I was forced to buy my first smartphone just so I could unlock my front door. I can't use 90% of the apps on there, and I don't want to. You know, I take a few pics, make a few calls, send a text if I have to, spend way too much time and money on the games, and I still can't unlock the damn door. Now, Ludditism saves time. You will never, ever see me standing in line waiting for the latest tech. And it saves lives. Do you have any idea how many thousands, literally thousands of people die every year trying to walk, talk, and text? It allows me to be more passionate with my wife. I can hug her with both arms instead of like this. Most importantly, I can access my brain app without a phone. When they get around to destroying the world, and we all know they will, they're trying really, really hard every single day. When those EMPs go off and everybody's standing around staring at a dead phone, screaming, "Siri, Alexi, Bixby, somebody talk to me," I'll still be able to function. I'll be like a god. Luddites shall inherit the earth. Now, being a Luddite went well with NASCAR because, hey, it was just a bunch of guys driving in left-hand circles. But then technology creeped in. I still love it. They have cameras everywhere. They have cameras in the bumpers. They have cameras on the roof. They have cameras on the spoilers. They have cameras inside the car. They have cameras on the wall, buried in the track. But my personal favorite is the wheel well camera. That way, you can see the brake rotors on fire as they're racing through the turns. But now, when you watch a race, you can watch it from the front, the back, the side, the other side, the wall, underneath, and over the top, the blimp view. But the one camera that they don't have that I would really like to see is the butt cam. I want to know which drivers pucker when they get in a wreck. Hopefully not one of my favorites. I have infected my wife with NASCAR fever to the point where we compete. We have our own fantasy teams point system, and we award the J Squared Cup every season. We even named our dogs after tracks. We have Phoenix, Darlington, Fontana, and Daytona. Now, I know my dog Daytona really loves me because he always gives me my goodnight kisses before he licks his ass. At least, I hope it's love and not the taste. So my wife was okay when I painted numbers on the side of the car. 13, my personal favorite. She was okay when I did the NASCAR tune-up on the engine. My race angel likes to go fast too. She was okay when I installed the roll cage, extra safety. A little pissed when I welded the doors shut, but she's sense adapted. Now, being a Luddite, my interest in video games kind of faded with Nintendo. But I still love the PS2 and PS3 NASCAR racing games. And while playing, I was involved in the big one at Daytona. You know, the one that all the cars all wrecked all at the same time? My car rolled so many times, so violently, I flipped the lazy boy and tore up the living room. My wife wasn't happy, but she understood. She had a 6-point harness installed on my chair and got me a Hans device neck pillow for my safety. What I didn't know was she secretly installed a butt cam. Damned if I didn't pucker. I am so ashamed. Now, NASCAR affects the way I drive. I get in the car and I immediately click into NASCAR mode. I'm looking ahead, trying to figure out what kind of moves I can make before I can pick up a couple of positions for the next light. And if there's debris on the track, I'm looking for a caution. So if you're ever out driving and you find yourself with a mirror full of number 13, either get to racing or give me a lane to pass. Recently, I was headed west on the 101. I was in the Trisky 400, as I like to call it. I was picking up a couple of positions every lap, moving toward the front. I drafted up on this Chevy. I got ready to do a slingshot around the outside. I was going to slide up in front of and pick up another position before the end of the stage, when all of a sudden everybody's checking up. There was a caution out, and I realized that a pace patrol car has picked up the field. Well, I made an evasive mover to the outside, ended up 3 wide, and slammed into the wall. Well, I'm sitting there dejected in my wrecked race car. An officer walked up and asked if I was okay. I said, well, I'll tell you, sir. My team gave me a very, very fast stir-crazy Dodge today. Guaranteed top 10, probably a top 5 if I hadn't wrecked it. I need to apologize to my team and sponsors. I want to assure the fans that I'll be back up front next week racing for the win. Well, I looked back at the now confused officer, and he was handing me a paper and pen. And I'm thinking, this is so cool. He's a fan. He wants my autograph. Well, he wanted my autograph. Not a fan. The court date still pending. So, if any of you would like to follow me, you can find me at, it's # Luddite. That's Luddit. As if I ever get on social media. Thank you.
James Trisky, everybody. One more time.